Hello, 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 everybody. This is Adamology here at Believe Radio Bay Area. And on today, I have a special treat for you. Special, special, special treat for you. Because I love the people, so I want to give you something special. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And so, all the way from the city of Vallejo, there is a church there, my home church, the church that loves me. Everybody got quiet. The church that loves me. And so, Old Path Church of God in
The
Christ.
path, the
The
path.
path, the
Mm-hmm.
path, the path. Pastored by, he's in the studio on today, Harold Johnson, Superintendent Johnson. We're going to clap our hands for him. And so, and his wonderful, wonderful First Lady wife, Leisa Johnson, is here with us on today as my guest. And she has something that is very, very special. There's a lot of things going on in the kingdom and a lot of issues, a lot of mental health issues,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of family issues,
Mm-hmm.
and we're not dealing with it. And so, Lady Leisa, she tackles a topic for us in her new book. And so she is a mother of
Yes.
20,000.
22.
She is a preacher, a prophetess, and a author. Come on, put your digital hands together and let's welcome Leisa Wynn Johnson. And so, how you doing?
Doing well. Doing well. How are you?
I am super. And so I want to jump into this because a lot of people don't know this piece about you. About you, you come from a ministry family.
Yes.
Can you
Yes.
share with the audience that may not know you about your background from the Wynn family and the ministry, you and your dad and your mom and that whole thing?
I am a PK kid. My father was a pastor, my mother, a pastor's wife. They introduced God to us early. They made it where we loved Him. It wasn't a task, it wasn't something hard to do. They made it fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, in making ministry fun, I have sisters, 8 sisters, one brother. Who is a bishop. I have a sister, 2 sisters that are pastors, and then and another sister beside myself who is a first lady. So the ministry just goes on, and we have a group used to when we were younger, the Wynn sisters. Sometimes we come back together, but the Winds, and that's part of my ministry journey from a child growing up into ministry. My father instilled and my mother instilled God in us and the love of God in us, which makes me love it now.
Which I forgot to say this. She is also a worship leader. She also is an artist. I forgot to mention that, but I definitely want to mention that. I had the wonderful opportunity to work with Lady Leisa
Mhm.
every Sunday. Every Sunday, even though they let me sing a lot, but it's all right.
You can sing.
Is this particular theme that we're about to hit on today is very unique, and it taps into ministry for women.
Yes.
And so this new book that you have out, which is on multiple platforms, is called First Ladies, Can We Talk?
Yes.
Now, before we really just dig into like one or two of these chapters, where did the impetus
Mhm.
of this book, where did that come from?
The title came from actually women in general.
Mm,
The the birthing of the book even came from the beginning of my ministry with my husband, Pastor Johnson. The book is actually I started it when our eldest son was 18. He's 38.
mm,
And that lets you know it takes time to walk through ministry, time to really figure out what ministry is to you, for you, through you. And 2005, our former pastor passed,
Mm-hmm.
and my husband became the pastor. And I did my first conference that was given to me, which is now the Sister to Sister Conference. And a first lady that was there said to me, "When you write your book," a book wasn't in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought about writing a book. I was like, "Really?" She said, "I want you to put in one of the chapters when doves cry, because it's something that you can only hear." She said, "Another first lady can really hear another first lady cry." But the thing about this book, it's not just for first ladies.
Mm.
I've had many women call me, and I can even show you inboxes today where they said to me, "I read it and I found myself in the chapters. I found myself in the descriptions. I found myself in some of the scenarios." So it's for ladies everywhere. My husband would put it like this: if you are a single mother and it's just you and your kids, you are the first lady of that home.
Mm.
If you are a woman and you have and you have a husband, you're the first lady of your home. So, first ladies, can we talk? Let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation about walking in your purpose and your calling.
There is this phenomenon that is happening, which I've never seen before. Is very unique to me, to where a man is called to the ministry
Mm-hmm.
to pastor or take over a church, and his wife is like, "I'm not doing nothing. I'm happy with just sitting in the back row." And so, can you share, when a woman has to take on this role as being a first lady, even though, it wasn't part of her plan?
In my book, I give different descriptions of first ladies.
Hmm.
To me, that would be the church mouse.
The church
Church
mouse.
mouse, or there's the church mouse. She may be, or the shell walker. These are women who just ride along in ministry, some because they've chosen to do it,
Hmm.
and some because they have to do it. So there's no such thing as him being called and you not being called also. I'm sorry, because you're one. So in being one, when he got called, I say it all the time, I got called without my permission.
Mm.
God didn't ask me. He didn't say, "Do you think this would be a good thing for you?" When he got called, I got called. And it is a call. It's not just a job. It's not just something someone just does and lays over the side. When he gets called, if you're one, you're called to.
I would love for you to read part of that church mouse.
Mm,
That
okay.
that church mouse, I think, can hit a lot of people.
That's chapter 2.
Chapter 2.
Mhm. It says she's quiet. Her husband is less apt to ask her for her assistance because he wants her to focus on child rearing
Mm.
or the things that they have going on in their home. Therefore, her primary ministry is to the men of God and their family. In some cases, the church mouse has learned to survive by keeping herself busy with friends and
Mm.
family. However, her true calling and ministry must remain on hold while she prays for things to change in her life. You would never know if this elect lady is happy unless she told you. I knew an elect lady who was on the usher board at her church
Mm.
and seemed to be satisfied in that position. Another elect lady was fine with just sitting in the pews on the far side of the church with the children, and no one noticed them at all. If you have visited their churches, she blended in with everyone else. Whether their dynamics is right or wrong, I cannot say. However, if this works for them without breaking their spirits, then so be it. Let me encourage you. You are an important, valuable woman. Never let anyone say differently. Peace is your portion.
That was from chapter 2,
Mhm.
the church mouse of the
Yes.
book. Now,
Chapter 2 is when doves cry,
when
but
doves
that's
cry,
one of
one of the
the descriptions of one of the women.
and the other description, can you hit that too? That was
The shell
the
walker.
shell walker.
This is the one that makes me sad. Have you ever visited a church where an elect lady's frustration can be observed, even though she is valuable and could be an asset to her husband and to his ministry? She's often overlooked and thought of last. We have an event in our denomination called the Pastor's Wife's Appreciation. I've attended some of these events where the majority of the church and the membership only speak well of the pastor, while the wife sits there silently, smiling as though her heart is breaking. To maintain peace at any cost, in wisdom, this elect lady acts as if she's done nothing in the ministry. The shell walker does not want to draw attention to herself, so she remains sweet, quiet, and respectful. That's just
I
some of
think I
that.
know a lot of people like that.
Yeah,
That was good.
yeah,
That was real, real good.
yeah. They
And
exist.
they exist. Wow. The shell walker. There are so many young women, in season women,
Mm-hmm,
that fit that category.
mm-hmm.
And so, as people, because we would definitely want you to purchase this book, as people get this book, what are some of the items that you want them to take away from your book?
One thing in particular is the certain chapters in the book really speak volumes to me. One of them is vent up. Watch who you vent to.
Mm.
Be careful if you're a woman of distinction, and like I said, first lady, it's up to you what kind you are, what category you fall in. But vent up to people that can help you, people that won't destroy you, and by you opening your mouth and it take away mess up a lot of things. I talk about one of my favorite things I used to do back in the day is I used to play chess.
Mm.
And you find out, this is another part in the book. I want you to find out if you are a first lady and you're walking in this area. There have been times that I've lived this where you want the pastor to remove, you want the pastor to take away, you want the pastor, why aren't you? Don't you see what's going on? And because he is the leader and he seems to dung around more than you would if you were the leader, you'd say that, but nobody knows until they get it. In chess, you have the king, the queen, and you have the, if I'm saying it correctly, because I get them mixed up, the rooks. The king and queen being the most important, then the rooks, then you have the knights, the bishops, and the pawns.
Mm-hmm.
If you move any of those wrong, you could destroy the whole board, take out the whole board. So it is in the body of Christ. You have to be strategic, and how you do that is staying prayed up, to prayed up to see where you move, if you are to move or if you're not to move. So be like the chess pieces. King and queen, stay where you are, but let everybody else work out their things through prayer. And if it has to be removal, then God will tell you. If not, leave it alone because you could take the whole board out.
I like that. Vent up.
Vent up.
Because some people are venting down.
Yes.
They are really, and that's not just a woman thing.
No.
There's a lot of brethren
No.
who are venting down.
Yes.
And I could take a text on that.
Yeah.
That is good. That's good. And so, vent up, church mouse, shell walker. I know. Give me one more for the people. There's so many items in this book, and we can't cover everything right now. But there's one more. Give them one of your favorites.
One of my favorites is when I was writing the book, the publisher, this is published by Christian Living Books, which is a nationally known publisher. And she said to me, she called me and she said, I hear you and I hear what you're saying. She said, but what would you say to the woman that fears other women and feels like other women are attracted to their husband or may even want their husbands? She said, but the man is really trying to be on the up and up. He's not paying him attention. And I talked to another one of my author friends, my sister, who has written a book. And we began to discuss it. And she said, tell them it ain't about Leah. I don't care how many children Leah had
Mm-hmm.
for for Jacob. He wanted Rachel. Rachel had to maintain and understand it wasn't about Leah. He wants you. He wants to be with you. He loves you. And that's one thing I see that can, mess up or damage relationships. You have to ask God how to navigate in everything that you do. But remember, it ain't about Leah. He's into you. It's all about you.
You know what? That, Lord, I could take a text. I could take a text on that one because there's so many insecurities with that piece,
Hmm.
and it can really mess up a whole church,
Yes.
a whole community.
Yes.
Because whatever starts in a church, it spills over
Into the
into the
community.
community.
Hmm.
And so there's so many other items I want to cover. Oh, we have to bring you back.
Okay.
We're going to have to bring you back and do a part two, and
Anytime.
do a part two. And so the book, I want you to uh, let me see your book. I want the people to see this. The book is called First Ladies, Can We Talk?
Let's have a conversation.
Let's have a conversation with Lisa Wynn Johnson. This is available
Yes.
on
Amazon,
Amazon,
Barnes and Noble,
Barnes and Nobles.
or you can go to Wynn, uh, Lisa Wynn dash Johnson and .com, and you can get it there. Order it there. Lisa Wynn dash Johnson
Dot
.com.
com. And so, where can people, as you were talking, you probably hit a lot of women.
Mm-hmm.
So, how can they reach you? What is there an email address, a social media where they can actually inbox you, give you a call? I need some wisdom. How can I want you to sign my book, or they may want to book you.
Oh, wonderful. You would go to Lisa Wynn Johnson Ministry at gmail.com.
Lisa Wynn
Johnson
Johnson
Ministry
Ministries
at Gmail,
at gmail.com.
or Facebook, Lisa Wynn Johnson.
Let me say this because your name is special, and I had to
It
learn how to
is.
spell
It
your first
is.
name.
It is.
So tell the people how to spell your first name.
It's Leisa.
Leisa.
Mm-hmm.
That took me a minute
And
to
win, WY.
Wynn.
Mm-hmm. I win. I win.
And so your social media tags.
Is I am Lisa Wynn John underscore on what is that? Instagram and Facebook, Lisa Dash Johnson.
What is that? Instagram.
Instagram.
And so this is, and I'm going to bring Lady Lisa back. Today, we all know Sunday's a church day. And so, but I'm going to bring Lady Lisa back so we can dig into this
Yes.
because there's a lot of stuff in this book that I know will help everyone in the community. And then I'm also going to make some phone calls to some friends and have them interview you too.
Wonderful.
And so we're going to make some things happen because this book is like the church mouse, the Shell Walker.
It's more than that, but we'll do it the next time. You have the expert. You have the midwife.
See, and then that vent up.
Yeah. The expert, the aunt, the controller, one who has to control everything. Yeah, it's in there.
Wait. No, I was going to tip out. I got to come back into the church. I had my finger up.
Yeah.
But we
can come back again.
Because Lord,
next time.
That last thing you just dropped on us. Yeah. Lord Jesus.
We can come back.
And so we're going to set up another date.
Sure.
And so you could come back and share because this book is very important. Number one, and let me say this, Bay Area, this is a author from our community. A lot of times we like TD Jakes and everybody else, and they're great. Mm-hmm. But we have to learn how to start supporting our own here locally.
My book is also in the Library of Congress.
Did you hear that?
They put it in the Library of Congress. So if you live in the DC area, you can go there and look. It's there.
It's there.
It's there.
It's there. And so we must, Bay Area, from uh, Fairfield all the way down to San Jose,
Mhm.
we must learn how to support each other by
Yes.
purchasing the product. And then after you purchase it, read it.
Read it.
There's nothing wrong
Bless
with
you.
reading. And so, thank you.
Thank you
Thank you for
for the
coming
invite. Thank
by
you for the invite.
and spending some time with me on today. And hopefully, I get that sweet potato pie.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Thanksgiving.
I'm just saying. Y'all pray my strength in the Lord. Y'all pray for me. And so, again, we thank you for coming to Believe Radio Bay Area here in the city of Oakland, California. This is Adamology, and I will see you later. Until then, remember, all things are possible. Just believe.